This is about Paytm, which has been largely used by a lot of consumers, and more importantly, a decision that has been taken by the banking regulator seems to have now affected Paytm. In fact, in a filing that has been made by Paytm before SEBI, they are estimating that this decision that has been taken by the banking regulator could actually result in a loss of roughly about 300 crores. Now, the bank has asked Vijay, Shekhar, Sharma owned firm to stop onboarding new customers and imposed new curbs. Vijay, Shekhar, Sharma, in fact, took to social media and said that there is no problem. His statement reads, and I quote to every Paytmer, "Your favorite app is working, will keep working beyond 29th of February as usual. I, with every Paytm team member, salute you for your relentless support." The Paytm founder is now trying to play the startup card amid the fresh RBI curbs. Let's first take you through the details of the decision that has been taken by the banking regulator. How does that really impact Paytm? Does that only mean that you're not going to be able to use the wallet services, or would this also have a direct impact as far as UPI services are concerned? Now, as far as the banking regulator's decision is concerned, it only talks about Paytm Payment Bank, now which is different than the Paytm app, which of course is being handled by 197 Communication, which essentially means that UPI services does not really get affected. But why is it that the RBI had essentially taken this decision? So what exactly triggered the RBI action against Paytm? First, it was the faulty KYC process. Secondly, there was no adherence to money laundering laws by the makers of the application. The third aspect is no regular related party transactions were conducted. So is there a clear overlap between Paytm and Paytm Payments Bank, PBB? And how does that really impact the wallet services also? Joining us on this broadcast is my colleague and Republic Business reporter joining us. Rajat is outside Paytm's office here in Noida. We're given to understand back-to-back meetings are being conducted by Vijay Shekhar. He's essentially given this entire spin that there is a direct attack on the startup ecosystem. Rajat, for the benefit of all our viewers, because this is also about the consumers who've been using this particular application, does this essentially mean starting from the 29th of February, consumers will not be able to use UPI services?
So Shravan, currently we are standing outside the Paytm office in Noida, and we also know that the RBI has been ringing alarm bells for Paytm since March 2022, when the RBI asked Paytm to not onboard new customers on the Paytm Payment Bank is concerned. So the direction on the Wednesday that has come from the Apex Bank says that no further deposits or credit transaction or top-ups shall be allowed in any customer accounts, prepaid instruments, wallet, FASTags, NCMC cards after 29th, 2024. So simply for consumers and for our viewers, starting from February 29, Paytm Payments Bank won't be accepting new users. If you are not already using Paytm, then you will not be able to create a new account. That's what it means. But we have seen that Paytm's chief Vijay Shekhar Sharma took to the Twitter and said that the Paytm functioning will continue even after the 29. This remains to be seen that how this entire fiasco unfolds after 29. But as far as RBI restriction is concerned, it is very clear that RBI has said that they can't onboard any new customer for any sort of services like FASTag, mobility cards, and other UPI payments after 29th February. And also coming to the point like why this action was taken place. So let me explain to my viewers that RBI warned Paytm in March 2022 and asked the Paytm not to onboard, Paytm banks not to onboard new customers. But they did not pay heed to the various warnings by the Apex Bank, and that is due to the regulatory compliance issues and materialistic supervisory issues. They have taken this action. So this action is taken under the 35A of the Banking Regulation Act, the central bank added. Also, a comprehensive system audit report that was conducted by RBI frequent compliant issues were witnessed as far as Paytm Payment Bank is concerned. So there are 2-3 issues that has been highlighted and the sources have told us, and we also tried to reach out to the Paytm, but they denied our request for speaking to us. So the first important issue is the faulty KYC. So one important aspect that RBI has mentioned that the bank was not conducting adequate KYC for onboarding the customers. So so simply it means that KYC is done with a viewpoint to know the origin of fund. If the KYC is inadequate, that means the origin of funds are not clear. So that is one of the ground that RBI has taken action on, that our sources have said. Second important thing is about the regulatory issues, regulatory non-compliances apart from faulty KYC. I'm just telling you the verbatim that the one concern that RBI has also highlighted is that, not RBI, but sources have told us that there was no autonomy for Paytm Bank. So we know that Paytm is owned by parent company 197 Communication. So there was a lot of interdependence between various entities of a Paytm. And just to tell you, our viewers, RBI expects every bank to be autonomous so that it should not interfere with the conflict of interest. That is also one of the reasons that RBI has taken this action. And also since RBI warned the Paytm Bank to onboard new customers from March 2022, but they have kept on onboarding new customers without paying heed to what RBI was saying. Shravan.
Rajat, as you pointed out, that this is not an overnight decision that was taken by the banking regulator. In fact, there were red flags already issued. Paytm perhaps was also aware of the fact that there is a particular protocol that was essentially to be followed by them, which it appears as of now that it wasn't really followed by Paytm. Is there any particular rationale behind it? What is it that Paytm has been saying all this while with regards to why were these protocols not essentially followed?
So see, Shravan, what we are picking up from our sources so far is that we also requested Paytm to comment on this, and they have also issued certain clarifications that their business will go as usual even after February 29 that Vijay Shekhar Sharma has also said. As far as our sources have said, there are multiple issues that has prompted RBI to take that action, and just to make our viewers aware that this is not the first time that RBI has taken action on any payment banking entity. In December 2020, RBI had barred HDFC Bank from issuing new cards and introducing new digital initiatives after repeated instances of technical outages at the lender's side. So in December 2020, RBI cracked down on HDFC for not issuing the cards because of the technical outage. So RBI never takes any action promptly. They have sent enough signals and warnings to the Paytm on multiple issues like faulting KYC, and they have done their own audit report also. And they have come up with these issues that there was not adequate KYC that was happening. As I told you, I'm again telling our customers that KYC is very important to know the origin of funds, and that is in violation of an anti-money laundering act or rules. So that is one of the reasons. And second, this thing, apart from faulty, that interdependence of various verticals. So when someone establishes a payment bank, the bank is expected to be autonomous in itself, right? And when the audit report says that there is a lot of interdependence between many entities. There were transactions happening between both the verticals, where Paytm banks. So that was also one of the trigger points that we are picking up that prompted RBI to take that action.
Well, Rajat, I'll just request you to stay on with us. Let's also now put the focus on what really happens to the consumers, because that's also another aspect that we ought to take our viewers through. There are a few questions that have been asked. In fact, our viewers have also sent out these queries, what really happened. So let's first begin with the basic question that can you really withdraw or use your balances on your Paytm wallet or payments bank? The answer is yes. The withdrawal of utilization of balances across their Paytm wallet and Paytm's bank accounts, etc., is completely permitted without any restriction. So a beneficiary can continue to receive credits up to 29th of February. Thereafter, a beneficiary can only withdraw or transfer the funds from the wallet or account. Now let's move to the other question. Can you really add money to your Paytm wallet or Paytm's bank account? Answer to that is no top-ups or further deposits or any sort of credit transactions are essentially allowed in any customer account, wallets, prepaid instruments, fast tags. None of that would be allowed after 29th of February. Now, the third question many are asking, will you really get interest cashback or a refund on your Paytm wallet or Paytm's payment bank account? The answer is yes. Any interest, cashback, refunds can all be credited at any time. Let's also move to the other question. Can a customer avail banking services on Paytm payments back? Remember, that has also taken place. That was another key factor. Now, the answer to that question is no. As per the RBI order, the Paytm payment bank cannot offer any banking services to any customer after 29th of February. Now, what really will happen to prepaid instruments, especially like FASTag? Many of you would be using FASTag transit cards that have been already issued by the bank. Now, the balance in those instruments is accessible for usage, withdrawal, transfer without any limitations. Nevertheless, any additional top-up or credits into these accounts are only permitted till about 29th of February. Now, will you be able to use the Paytm app for making UPI payments? Yes, users can continue using the Paytm app and the UPI channel without any restrictions. Now, that is important. And it's important to note that the app is essentially owned by the parent company, not directly by the Paytm Payments Bank. Now, in fact, this is a story that we'll be tracking very closely. Moving on to the other big story we're getting to you tonight, a big action that has been taken by the Central Bureau of Investigation. Now, in an exclusive news break, Republic has now accessed the Central Bureau of Investigation's FIR copy that has been registered against Harsh Mander in an alleged FCRA violation case. In fact, we'll take you through the allegations that have essentially been leveled and then go across to our reporters on the ground as the searches are still being carried out at the residence of Harsh Mander. In fact, we are given to understand that in the FIR that has been registered by the Central Bureau of Investigation, the accused that have been named in the FIR is Center for Equity Studies. In fact, locations, the office has been raided by the Central Bureau of Investigation. Harsh Mander's residence has also been raided by the Central Bureau of Investigation. Let me quickly go across to my colleague Akhil, who's getting us the latest details from outside Harsh Mander's residence. We have also tried to reach out to Harsh Mander for his official response on this entire matter, given the fact that he's taken to social media, indicating once again that this is a fight for freedom. But the fact of the matter, ladies and gentlemen, in terms of the FIR and the preliminary inquiry that was carried out by the Ministry of Home Affairs, there is a clear violation of FCRA, the Foreign Contribution Regulation, which would essentially mean that any sort of donations that are being received by any organization, a registered organization, you ought to let the ministry know about it. We are given to understand, as per the preliminary inquiry, that hasn't happened. I'll take you through the details of it, but first, let's go across to a reporter on the ground, getting us the latest details. We'll also play out some more information that has been sent by our reporters. In fact, we've tried confronting those who have been working with the centre to get their first response on this matter. But remember, they've been completely tight-lipped. Over to you first, Akhil. Give us a sense of what's really happening. Have the searches been completed? And what's the response really coming in from Harsh Mander and the others?
Well, Shravan, I'm just standing right outside Harsh Mander's residence at Vasant Kunj. This is his official residence where he lives. But the search operation has been concluded in the afternoon over here. And the second such operation which has been going on at Center for Equity Studies Center, their search operation has just concluded 5 minutes back. So 2 teams have been deployed this morning, one at the residence, this very residence at Vasant Kunj, and second at Sarvodaya Enclave, where the search operation have been going on since morning. For almost 10 hours that search operation continued, and then finally it just got concluded. Apart from that, we also tried to confront some of the officials who were inside, because what we have been told that earlier Harsh Mander used to be the director of Center for Equity Studies, but few months back he just stepped down and he transferred that chair to someone else who has been identified as Jatin Sharma. Jatin Sharma is an IIT Delhi graduate, and he has been running that institution. And when we tried to confront him, he was mum on that issue. We also tried to speak to him regarding why this such is being conducted, and did you take money from another organization? Did you take money from, because some of the organizations have been named in this case. Oxfam name has come, Action Aid organization name have come forward in this case. So we tried to ask him these questions. He was numb on this part, and he tried to escape camera, and he said that right now we are not able to speak in this case. So currently, if you see the current situation, and we also tried to reach out to Harsh Mander's for Harsh Mander's reaction from his family, and he's still not here, but we'll still try to get to the nose of the story. Shawan, back to you.
Well, Akhil, we'll just quickly also take our viewers through some of the details that are coming in with regards to what are the allegations that have been leveled against the Centre for Equity Studies. In fact, we're given to understand a direct allegation of roughly about 32 lakh rupees, the amount that was diverted from the FCRA account, which the Ministry of Home Affairs asserts that is a clear violation of the FCRA Act. Let's also take you through some more details. Top sources have informed that Republic TV that the Centre for Equity Studies received funds from Oxfam and Action Aid. Now, some of the money that has come in is come under the scanner. First, let's break the details with regards to the alleged funds that were diverted, 32 lakh rupees. This was shown as wage bills that were provided. And the second is with regards to roughly about 10 lakh rupees, once again in violation of the FCRA. These are the allegations that have now been leveled against Centre for Equity Studies, an organization with whom Harsh Mander was also linked. But as my colleague Akhil, who's been reporting on this story, has been taking us to the details, suggesting that he had already stepped down. Akhil, first to you. You are outside the residence of Harsh Mander. Are the searches still being carried out? If you can just take us through what's really happening there.
Shawan, the search operation has started at around 8 a.m. in the morning, but in the afternoon, this search operation concluded over here at his residence, his official residence at Vasant Kunj. But the second search operation, which have been going on by the second team of the CBI, that has been going on at the Sarvodaya Enclave at the office of Centre for Equity Studies. There, the search operation has just concluded, and what we have been told by the official sources that the CBI team have collected some material evidence from there. They have collected some equipment from that side as well, and they have collected some documents as well. And what we know so far, that Jatin Sharma, who is the newly inducted director of Centre for Equity Studies, have been living inside that premises itself. So when the CBI team reached over there in the morning, they found Jatin Sharma over there, and we tried to reach out to Jatin Sharma for official comment, but he wasn't ready to speak at that moment. So if you see on the investigation part, we tried to speak to the CBI officials also. They are saying that the inquiry is in a very preliminary stage. Right now, they're not ready to comment on this. Sooner, the more details will come out, then we'll try to give you more information on this. Back to you, Shawan.
Well, in fact, we are getting on one more breaking news coming in with regards to the diversion of 32 lakh rupees. That's the amount that a preliminary inquiry that was carried out by Ministry of Home Affairs indicated. In fact, we're being told that in the report that was submitted by the Ministry of Home Affairs to the Central Bureau of Investigation, they say that a preliminary inquiry was carried out, and I'm just reading out from the FIR that has now been accessed by Republic TV, in which this is what the ministry indicated, that inquiry has revealed that Centre for Equity Studies had transferred 32 lakh rupees other than salary, wages, remuneration from its FCRA account in the account of individuals during 2020 and 2021 in violation of the provisions of the FCRA Act of 2010. A quick response. We'll also put out the details or the sequence that was done by my colleague Akhil when he tried getting in a word from a person who works for the Centre for Equity Studies. In fact, there was no response really coming in despite multiple efforts. On your screens right now, those are the images that you see. Akhil, you've also tried to reach out to some who have been associated with this organization. Is there any word really coming in from their side?
No, Shravan, when we tried to speak to the officials who were part of the Center for Equity Studies, they were numb on that, and they were saying that let this investigation process complete, then only we will give you the official information. We also tried to reach out to Harsh Mander, and he was not ready to comment on this matter as of now. So when we reached to the ground zero where the search operation have been going on at Center for Equity Studies, we also tried to speak to the workers and the staff members over there, and they are not ready to comment on this matter right now, Shravan. Yes.
Matches had just begun. Let's play that out.
तो करने दीजिए ना प्लीज। आप देखिए ना, आप भीड़ इकट्ठी हो जाएगी यहाँ पे, प्लीज आप रिक्वेस्ट है सर, आप काम तो करने दीजिए ना सर, प्लीज प्लीज। आप ये सर, ये वर्क प्लेस, आप क्यों जिद कर रहे हैं? प्लीज 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 सर,
Could you please listen to me once, sir? Sir, could you please listen to me? Sir, could you please listen to me once? Sir, 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 could you please listen to me once?
Just बताएं, आप काम करने,
yes, I'm allowed.
सर
Definitely, definitely, if you allow me to speak, sir, could you please allow me to speak? I just need 30 seconds, sir. Sir, what this case is all about? Could you please give us some details, sir?
प्लीज
Sir, मैं आपको काम करना
आप देखिए ना, आप भीड़ इकट्ठी हो जाएगी यहाँ पे, प्लीज आप रिक्वेस्ट है
Sir, just listen to me.
सर, आप काम तो करने दीजिए ना
Not allowing me to walk, sir.
सर, प्लीज प्लीज।
Just-
आप ये सर, ये वर्क प्लेस, आप
I
क्यों
can
जिद
certainly
कर रहे हैं? प्लीज
understand.
प्लीज प्लीज सर।
Sir, could you please listen to me once, sir? Sir, could you please listen to me? Sir, could you please listen to me once? Sir, 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 could you please listen to me once?
एक बात बताएं, आप काम करने,
Yes, I'm allowed.
सर
Definitely, if
रिक्वेस्ट
you,
है।
definitely, if you allow me to speak, sir, could you please allow me to speak? I just need 30 seconds, sir. Sir, what this case is all about? Could you please give us some details, sir?
Well, in fact, these are damning allegations that have been leveled against Harsh Mander and his organization that he was associated with. So far, no word really coming in from Harsh Mander. CBI maintains that based on the preliminary inquiry that was done by the Ministry of Home Affairs, this investigation has been carried out and the FIR has been registered. That's all that we could pack in this edition of This is Exclusive.